Alrighty guys, welcome back to 1822 MC Adventures and More. This is my channel. My name is Pete, and I do believe I can make this work. I have gotten a late start, so what do you say I grab my gear and we set up? And now if you're a beginner, you've never went camping before, I would recommend getting a cheap tent. When you get tired of sleeping on the ground, you can work your way up into the trees on a hammock. It's a much better situation. I think it is much better system. So this right here is my under quilt. This right here is a sheepskin blanket that I'll be laying on because it's going to be cold out tonight. This here's my hammock. Here's some tent stakes. Here is a tarp and my hammock. So let's set this hammock up. And when you're setting these up, you do want to put your carabiner to the tree like that, and it won't do no damage. I think that'll be about right. You always want your feet closer to the tree than your head. You want your feet a little bit higher too. You'll sleep way better. Oh yeah, and your straps, you're going to want them about chest to shoulder high. That'll work out probably best for you. So what this is, guys, this is basically just a ranger roll that I've made into my underquilt for my hammock. And it works okay. It's good down to about 55 degrees or so. When it's colder than that, it works just kind of as a windbreaker. See, this is where the sheepskin comes in handy. Wet or dry, that will keep me warm. And I think what we're going to do today, guys, instead of setting up my little hammock tarp that barely covers this up, I'm going to go ahead and use an El Cheapo camo tarp. It'll cover everything because it's supposed to rain tonight. And if you don't have a hatchet, you should have a hammer. Every man should have a hammer. There's another reason I brought that with me today. You'll see later. Now I made a little loop with a bite. Now I'm going to put this around the tree and we'll string up a ridgeline. So I'm going to wrap this around the tree. I'm going to put it in there something like that. And I'm going to put this stick in there. I'm going to pull it tight and it stays tight. And a quick note, this is not only orange, but it's reflective. Makes life a lot easier. Honestly, guys, I'm not going to do nothing ridiculous here. I'm just going to tie a taunt line hitch. Might not be the most popular knot in the world today, but it still works as good as it did the day I learned it. 2 half hitches back to back. Run the line over it, make another half hitch. We now have a taut line hitch with some extra. That's always nice. I've got 10 stakes. I got some American stakes, I got some Swiss Army stakes, and I got a spike. This tarp here, guys, it's 10 by 12. I got a hammock that's almost 12 feet long. So by the time you hang it and do everything, this works just fine. And before we go any further, guys, I want to point out it's very important to look on your weather app and see which way the wind is blowing and is going to be blowing after you go to bed. The wind is coming out of the south right now, which is that away, and it's going to be coming out of the southwest by tomorrow morning, which is that away. So I'll be setting the tarp up a little closer to the ground on the opposite side of my ridge line, so it won't be blowing all the cold air up underneath the tarp. We'll be setting this up in porch mode. You in the corner, wake up. Alrighty, guys, I'm wanting to cook on the fire tonight, so if I don't get one going, we ain't eating. So I've already got this prepped a little bit. Let's see what happens here. First strike, how you like that? And what I've got in there is some cotton and Vaseline with pine sawdust and a couple little pieces of fat wood. And that split wood that you're seeing there, that is actually a pine limb that fell out of my pine tree. So that should blaze up a good fire here shortly, and then we'll start cooking. And guys, I got a bonus here. I was cleaning up and looking around, and somebody left their machete here. I don't really know if it's a good one or not, but for free, it's probably not bad. I already know the saw works, and it does do some chopping, but the blade's rusty. It needs to be cleaned up, so pretty good find if you ask me. But yeah, guys, the plan tonight is to build a fire, do some Dutch oven cooking. I'm gonna make some Hungarian goulash. I originally was gonna make it in my Hungarian mess kit, but I think I'm gonna make it in the Dutch oven instead. You know, with me bringing wood from the house, almost makes me feel like I'm cheating, guys. I'm old, work smarter, not harder, right? And what I got with me, I also got some gum wood. That ought to burn real good. Now, I normally probably wouldn't try to build a fire up this big this fast, but I'm needing some coals to cook